performance has been really good, but what do you think the factors are that we've got to look at?
Well, folks, what we've been talking about is what's happened to the market in the first 2.5 months of this year. Essentially, what we saw was the S&P 500 in the US up 4.5% in January alone. It was a tremendous performance. Then, within a few days into February, it gave all of that back. It was a complete 180-degree form reversal. And there were a few factors that actually predicated that and resulted in that market volatility coming back.
What we saw was a spike in the 10-year US bond yield, which went from around about 2.3% to above 2.8%. A couple of reasons for that. There was some evidence of some wage growth in the States, which is always seen as a bit negative. And also we had some inflationary data come out, which was probably greater than what the market was expecting. So as a result, you see some volatility come into the actual equity market as the bond market starts to run. What happened there was we saw sectors within the Australian market that get affected quite considerably. So you're looking at companies like Telstra, Sydney Airports and Transurban in the infrastructure sectors, APA in the utility sector. They all came back quite significantly. So anything that's sort of pegged against the long bond yield was affected. So where are we looking at in terms of going forward from here, Nav?
Well, Brett, I think the key is we are optimistic for this year, but cautiously so. And the reason for that is you've got to really look out for what that what that yield curve is doing. For this year, the market's factored in 3, potentially 4 rate rises, and we're on the same page as what the market's factoring in. And it's all about expectation of what the Federal Reserve in the US might do in terms of rates. So be optimistic, as we are, because of the earnings story, because of the synchronised growth story, but you have to be cautious at the same time because of that yield curve. The bond market will determine what the equity market will predominantly do this year, and that's the message.